Hi everybody, welcome to my platform. This is Sichamba Jacob. All right, so to answer this question, we of course need a pencil. So you can see this is a pencil. We need a rubber. We need a graph paper. So if it's in an exam, they'll provide you with a graph paper. Or what you need to go with is a pencil and a rubber for this question. So the question reads, Kunika wishes to build a lodge with single and double rooms. He needs to decide the number of each room type he should build to maximize profit. Let X represent the number of single rooms and Y the number of double rooms. Write the inequalities which represent each of the following conditions. There must be at least one single room. So the key word here is at least. When you see the word at least, think of greater or equal to. So at least means greater or equal to. Another at least is right here. This also means greater or equal to. And when you see together, it means addition. Together it's addition. Same applies to total. Total is addition. I'm not saying total means addition, but here on this topic, it means you have to add, okay? And not exceed, it's the opposite of at least, which is less or equal to. This one, not exceed. Another not exceed, where is it? It's right over here. Not be or not be more than, not be more than. It means less or equal to. So let's write the 5 inequalities here. So if it's in an exam, remember to write your name. So in this case, my name is Jacob Sichamba. I'll write my name, Jacob Sichamba. You write your name nicely, or it should be nicely done. And then your exam number, you don't know your exam number, but if it's like this, I'll write it like that. Let's say this is my exam number. I'll write my exam number just like that. So once you do this, you now come and write the question number on top here, question 9. Then you say A, question 9A, because this is A. So the first question here says there must be, or the first statement says that there must be at least one single room. So you shall say number 1, the inequality number 1. They're saying at least, and remember they said X represent the number of single rooms. So we're talking about single rooms. So this is X. We're going to say X is greater or equal to 1. Remember, at least means greater or equal to. Number 2 says that there must be at least 10 rooms altogether. So we know that altogether it's addition, okay? Remember, so we're going to say X, which is single rooms, plus Y, which is double rooms, must be greater or equal to a 10, okay? The next one, which is number 3, says that the total number of rooms should not exceed 15. So the total number, that is X plus Y, should not exceed, meaning it should be less or equal to a 15. The next one here is the number of double rooms must be at least twice the number of single rooms. So here we're going to say number 4, okay? So we shall say Y itself, double rooms, should not, did they say should not? The number of double rooms we know that it's Y, must be at least twice, okay, at least. So the number of double rooms, so this is double rooms, at least is greater or equal to twice, it's a 2x, single rooms. And lastly, the number of double rooms should not be more than 12. So here, double rooms, it's Y, should not, meaning should be less or equal to a 12. So these are the 4 or 5 inequalities that each and everybody must write before start graphing. So we go now to the next question. The next question here, they are saying using a scale of 2 centimeters to represent, okay, it's supposed to be represent 5 units on both axes. Draw x and y axis. On x is less, 0 is less or equal to x, less or equal to 16. So here, the keyword is where there is units. This box, the boxes that you're able to see from here to here is 2 centimeters, from here to here to it's 2 centimeters. So when they say 5 units, they are just telling you to be moving in 5s. So I like encouraging my students to go right here when dealing with the linear programming at this point, and then say this is where your 0 is. And you're moving in 5s. So here you shall say this is 5. What follows? It's a 10, 15, and here I can end at 20. There is no problem if you end at 20, though the scale is asking us to end at 16, but it's okay even if you end at 20. But you must know that when graphing, you shouldn't be exceeding 16. They said both axes, so here also you move in 5s, so it will be 5, 10, 15, and 20, like that. Okay, thereafter you get your ruler as usual. When you get your ruler, you do your your y-axis. So my y-axis in this case, it's this one. This is my y-axis. So remember to use a pencil when doing all these drawings. Use a pencil. I'm using a pen so that you people can see clearly how it's coming out. And don't mind my drawing very much, or my graphing very much, but know that this line must follow this line right here. Okay, so now I can start with the simple inequalities. So my simple inequalities here, I can start with this one. X is greater or equal to 1. So you have to understand, you need to understand that each line, so this is 0.51, 1.52, 2.53, 3.54, 4.55. So you need to understand what each line means, okay? And if you're facing difficulties in understanding what each line means, you can get this. Look at this. You can get the line, the number which is starting here. You say this number divide by 10. It will give you 0.5, meaning each line here is 0.5. Even here, the number which is here divide by 10, it will give you 0.5. So the smaller lines, these smaller lines are 0.5 each. Okay? So I know that this is 0.5, 1 is here. This is where the line is passing. So it will be like this. I do this. Okay? And then I do my line like that. Okay? So this line is x is equal to a 1. But the inequality that we have here says that x is greater or equal to 1. So what I'm going to do here, since they're saying it's greater, look at this. When you look at the number line, you follow the number line. This side, where the line is passing, this side it's greater, while this side it's less. So I'm going to shade the opposite, which is the less. So I'll do this. This is what I'm going to do right here. So shade the less. Hopefully you understand what is happening here. I'll shade this side. Yes, just like that. And you even indicate that this is x is greater or equal to a 1. Very important. Okay? I'll also go to the next one, which is easy to graph. This one, y is less or equal to 12. So meaning I'll go to the y-axis. I know that this is my x-axis, and this right here is my y-axis. So since y has been mentioned, and they're saying y is less or equal to 12. So I'll go to 10, I'm skipping a line, 10, 11, 11, 12. It's right here. This is where 12 is. So I'm going to do the line, of course, at this point. This is where my line will pass. You You see the reason why they say use a pencil? It's in situations like this. If you make a mistake and you're using a pencil, it's very easy to erase. Okay. Where I'm doing my drawings, it's a little bit complicated. That's why I'm. Yeah. So they said y is less. So this is why I'm doing the y is less or equal to 12. So make sure you use a pencil so that it's easier for you to erase. So this is the y is less or equal to 12. When shading, we always shade the opposite. Okay. So the greater part is right here. The less part is down here. So we're not going to shade the less. We shade the greater. The next one is x plus y is greater or equal to 10. Go to where 10 is. It's right here on the x-axis, and on the y-axis where 10 is here. And then you draw your line like this. So when you check nicely, this line, where is it? And it's supposed to pass through this point here. Where is it supposed to be shaded? They said greater than 10. So the greater is the top part of the line. If you want to go to the y-axis, you see y-axis, which side is greater? Is it this or this? It's this. So meaning we shade the bottom part, which is here, the less, the opposite. You see? So this is what we are doing right here. I hope you are following. So this is x plus y is greater or equal to a 10. Another one, x plus y is less than this one here. X plus y is less than 15. So you go to where 15 is. It's right here and here, of course. Then you draw nicely. I don't want to make a mistake on this one, so I'll make sure that I do the right one. Okay, so you see it's passing at 16, and then you shade this side. This is the side you're shading like that. Okay, because they said x, this is, let me write it here, this is x plus y is less or equal to 15. So when you follow here, it's cutting the y-axis. The top part is greater, the bottom part is less, and we're talking about less. So we shade the opposite, which is the greater. Okay. And lastly, we go to y is greater or equal to 2x. So for this, let me write here. You don't need to do this. Let me but write here. So what you can do, you get your equation, okay? Or the inequality. This is the inequality we want to graph. And when you get this inequality, you just say, okay, x is equal to a 5. Pick any of the numbers here. So I've picked 5. If x is equal to 5, what is y? I'm looking for the y coordinate. I'm going to get this 5, put it where x is here. So it would be 2 times 5, it will give me a 10, meaning my y is equal to a 10. So that's a point. I've got that point. I know that it will pass through 0. And then it will be 5, 10. It's right here. This is where it's passing from 0. And how did I get to know that it's passing through the origin? Because we don't have a plus any number or minus any number here. We only have the x and y here. Okay? You see the way it was here. We were having this like 10, 15, meaning it's passing at 10 or it's passing at 15 on the y-axis. But here, there is now number here. It is just y is greater or equal to 2x. So it's not passing anywhere. It will pass at 0. That's where it will pass. So I know that here it will pass at 0. And then I just find another point where it will pass, which is this one. Therefore, I'll join these 2 points. So I'll join these 2 points. So it will be like this. Okay, I've joined those 2 points. You can see. So now we said it's greater. Greater, when you look at the y-axis, the greater, of course, is this part. The less is this part. So I'll shade the opposite, which is the less. So this is how you get to answer question B, graphing. So we've graphed, okay? So now for the last question here, they're saying the rate for a single room is 600 kwacha and 900 kwacha for double room. How many rooms of each type should Kunika build to maximize the income? So what you do here is you indicate that this is question C, of course. So question C, you just get what they have given you, 600. You say 6x, x is for single, plus 900 y is for double. Okay, now when you write that objective function, you come to the intersecting or the points where these lines are meeting or inequalities are meeting. Here, get the coordinates here, get the coordinates here, get the coordinates here. So I'll just get for this one here. I know that the maximum is coming from here. I did the testing, so you can test. So here, don't just get by looking. You have to pick the coordinates. So here, what is my x-axis? So this is 1, 2, 3. My x-axis is 3, comma. My y-axis is a 12. So this is x, 3, y, it's a 12. This is what is giving me maximum profit. I've tested. If you want, you can pick this. This is 5,10. If you want, you can pick this. This is 1,9. If you want, you can pick this. If you want, you can also pick this and then test them. So this is how you test when you pick the coordinates. So myself, I'll just go for this one because I've tested already. So you write the x-axis, it is a 3, plus the y-axis, it's a 12. So solve this one. So when you say 600 times 3, what are we getting? That's giving us a 1,800, if I'm not mistaken. So this is 1,800 plus, you say 900 times 12, it's giving us a 8 here. And when we add those two, we're getting a 12,600. This is our maximum profit. Okay, so once you do that, this is how you test. You can use a separate paper. You try to test so that you don't get in your graph paper. You get the coordinates here, the x-axis, you put it here, the y-axis, you put it here, do the calculations. Whatever will give you the bigger amount, that's or those are the coordinates you must get. So I'm going to say 3 single and 12 double rooms. So this is how you answer the last question. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to share the video. If you want to join the online classes, we offer online classes. You can WhatsApp or call us on 0969175701 or 0974632097. This is Sichamba Jacob. Bye-bye.